let's continue Harue's story, the part where she and Richter meet up with Tetsuo and Ario. Harue and Richter visit Michio's home, having determined her to be a key player in the unresolved kidnapping case from a year before. As the complicated story begins to unravel, they encounter two men. Harue Shigima, 10 a.m. Near the Shiraishi household. Ma'am, allow me to introduce you to one of my country's most elite detectives. The name's Jin Ario. I'd hardly call myself elite, but either way, it's nice to meet you. This here is the brilliant Chief Inspector Tsutsumi, and yes, he's just as rough and tumble as he looks. Sometimes I really don't know if you're complimenting me or putting me down. So, you two are detectives? This is my client, Mrs. Harue Shigima. Her father's a big deal in the police himself, so remember to mind your manners. A big wig named Shigima? Boss, do you know of this guy? Shit, I heard the name, but you know I don't keep track of who's who in the upper echelons. There's no need to worry. I am my own person, after all, and my father has nothing to do with any of this. Oh, did you hear that, boss? Looks like you're getting off easy again this time. Don't make it sound like I'm involved in some shady business. It ain't like that. You both seem rather jovial, despite being detectives. How rare. All the police officers I've met have always been so dull. Well, you won't find any dull cops here. We'll round up all your criminals with a smile. That's our motto. How lovely. Keep it up. Just hold on 1 second. This is the first I'm hearing of that. Well, you're right about them not being your typical detectives. I thought we might cause trouble standing in the middle of the street talking like this, but so far we haven't drawn attention. Then again, that might just be because nobody wants to get involved with the case. It seems they were acquainted, but also like they haven't talked in a long time. A young and energetic detective. He seems to have a strong sense of justice. If my son had the chance to grow older, perhaps he would have become an officer just like him. Aww. He seems like he's got a lot of experience working the streets. Most of the officers I know are the bureaucratic desk jockey types. The contrast is rather striking. So these detectives are out here because of the recent string of strange deaths. It's best we keep quiet about our involvement with the curses. I guess knowing how to deal with cops is also part of an investigator's job. Not quite. The two of us used to be comrades is all. Comrades? That's right, Richter used to be part of the police force himself. He quit a few years ago to go solo. Is that so? You should give it a try, Ariel. There's more freedom working as a private investigator. I can't say much for the quality of life, though. It's been 2 years, right? I hadn't heard of you since you quit. I didn't think your business would last, but here you are. You sure you don't want to return to the force? We take you back with open arms. What? To sit on my ass and watch the birds fly? I'll take a pass. I don't belong in that world. Come on, Richter. We need your talent. The public needs you. Nah, you don't. This is my calling. The police will manage just fine without me. I'll keep on tying up your loose ends, saving the little birdies you abandoned. I can't believe you're actually part of the police force once. There's a story behind everything, ma'am. I don't regret my time on the force. I wouldn't have the connections I have today without it. What brings you here, Richter? You want a case? That's right, I'm picking up the police's slack. I trust you remember the kidnapping and murder from last year. Oh, I remember now. You're that Harue Shigima from the kidnapping case. Huh? Did I miss something? Don't be an idiot. It was the case where Munasada Shigima's grandson was kidnapped. Which must have been your son, ma'am. Indeed. The story was suppressed by the news. In the end, it was considered a huge failure on the police department's job. Most of the investigation was conducted in secret. And unfortunately, the department is unwilling to reopen the case. Any investigation carried out afterwards turned up nothing at all, which is why I'm now on the job. So they never caught the culprit, huh? That's rough. So your findings have brought you to this place then? That's right, an individual connected to the case used to live around here. Used to? That's right, as of last week they're deceased. We hope to talk to the family. No one was home when I checked last time, so we figured we'd try again. Interesting. It sure doesn't look good on the police to be mishandling cases like these. If there really was a culprit, it should be our responsibility to find them to justice. Well, I do consider the police my people. So you consider the blame to be shared. You've got a stern side as well, I see. It sure doesn't look good on the police. Okay. By the way, ma'am, this might be sudden, but there's something I'd like to confirm with you. And that is? Do you happen to know anything about the Seven Mysteries of Honjo? Huh? Sorry, Chief, but that's hardly... With all due respect, investigator, I think my question was addressed to the lady. Huh, if you insist. What do you say, ma'am? Can you tell us anything? I've heard of the Seven Mysteries, but this talk of curses eludes me. Is that so? Well, I'm sorry for the intrusion. Come to think of it, I heard some things about this area last night. Something about a strange yet conspicuous man dressed in white loitering around. Wait a second. I assume they're talking about you, investigator. Well, I won't argue I'm strange and conspicuously dressed in white. As it turns out, I was here last night to conduct my investigation. Did you run anything strange or out of the ordinary? Out of the ordinary, I guess I did observe a few suspicious characters. You were asking about curses just now. Why would a public servant be interested in the occult? Boss, Richter's a smart man. He can help us if we tell him what we know. I can't promise I'll be any help to you, but I'm interested in hearing what you gotta say. Something strange is happening in Honjo, isn't there? It must be something big if they've got you head office guys on it. Well, I guess it's alright. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Thank you, boss. Listen closely to what we're about to say, Richter. So, by using curses to commit murders, these people collect soul dregs to perform the rite of resurrection. And these curse stones are somehow connected to the Seven Mysteries of Honjo. It's a tough story to swallow, but I don't see a reason to doubt you either. We figure the strange occurrences happening around here recently are connected to these curses. To get the situation under control, we've been searching for the curse bearers to confiscate their curse stones. Do you have any information that might help us? That's tough. I never expected curses and other mumbo-jumbo to play into this all. What if we're talking about shady characters? There was this middle-aged fellow I saw in Southwire Guestsuite Street. He had an average build. He was anxious, like he was searching for prey. Boss, what do you think? Well, considering the location, it could have been Hideki Araishi. We already got his curse stone. Impressive, you two are working quick. Did you see anything else? Not that I can remember. That's a shame. If you see any characters who look like they might be carrying a curse stone, it'd be a huge help if you let us know. Absolutely, I'll let you know if I find anything. Richter, perhaps you could lend a hand on our case too. There's a number of people we can't track, and finding missing persons happens to be your specialty, no? I hate to disappoint you, but I'm busy enough with this case. The faith of my clients is what keeps me afloat. I have to prioritize requests by the order in which they come. I see. Well, can't say that's not fair. What do you need a private investigator for anyway? The cops should have plenty of bright folks to throw at the job. True, but this isn't an ordinary case we're dealing with here. Huh? By the way, that reminds me, Richter. Yes? You said the person who used to live here died last week. You wouldn't be referring to Michio Shiraishi by chance. You knew! I thought so. It seems like we're here for the same reason then. Seriously? Michio was involved with curses and magic! Seriously speaking, the curse part isn't our concern. We're looking into Yoshimi's case. Yoshimi. Oh right, Hajime Yoshimi's. That's right. He died on the job. I'm sure you've heard of it. I heard. It was a most unfortunate loss. So there's a connection between Hajime Yoshimi of the Juvenile Division and Michio. Well, hold on. Let's focus on Michio for a second. You think she had something to do with the kidnapping? Talk about unforeseen developments. Exchanging information should prove mutually beneficial. I'll tell you what I know, but in turn, I want the full scoop on your findings concerning Michio. Sure, to tell you the truth. What? You believe Michio's ghost is the one who killed Mr. Jonuchi? So he wasn't just mumbling nonsense. I mean, we haven't fully confirmed anything yet. The testimonies we've heard and the evidence we found point in that direction. Testimony? You mean from those, psychic high schoolers? Didn't they also say there was a chance Michio hadn't killed herself? Wait, if that's true, then... Did you figure something out? Kankichiro Iwai! Huh? Kankichiro Iwai! He'll be the next victim! We have to open the door to the Shiraishi's house. We need to look inside. Huh? What's gotten into you? Boss? I'm sure the landlord would give us the key if we asked. Oh, he's concerned because Iwai might have been the one who got Michio involved with the kidnapping. Screw that! You know how long that could take? We can ask for permission later. Richter? I like how, even though we're on Harue's route right now, she hasn't said much at all. Richter's doing all the talking because he's the go-getter. But it's interesting too because with Mio and Tetsuo, right, they exchanged pretty much every piece of information they knew because it's mutually beneficial to them both. But Richter obviously wants to keep some of the cards close to him and without telling everything. So, like, they haven't told them that they know about curses. They haven't told them that Harue has a curse stone, for example. So I wonder how that's going to play going forward. Hey, Richter, come down. We can't just... FBI, open up. Take that, you shade door. That's how you do it. No way this guy's talking to the door. I mean, I know he's just saying that so we as the viewers know what's happening, but still. Richter, get a hold of yourself. I see you're still the same as always. Everyone, come quick. Look at this. Whoa, what's up with this room? Boss, there's a dead body in here. Whoa, could that be Michio's dad? Nah, he's her stepdad at best, if that. It's gotta be the body of Kankichiro Iwai. There's no doubt about it, this man's a goner. He's gotten real messed up. Looks like he's been like this for a while. I'd say it happened last night. Ario, did you find Jonuchi's body in the same state? Now that you mention it, it looked as though Kohei Jonuichi had died from the number of heavy blows. What are you suggesting, investigator? It was Michio Shiraishi. She's alive! Oh no, he's not taking the angle. Oh yeah, he's taking the angle that she's getting revenge on him for putting her up to the kidnapping. She used the power of the curses to get back at the man who ruined her life. That's ridiculous. You're suggesting she actually revived? It's gotta be that, and if she's alive, then... Wait, there's pictures of Negima in the background too. Wait, no, storyteller, stop suspending me! My apologies for interrupting. I know we just arrived at an interesting plot point. But do you really think a dead girl is going around taking revenge from beyond the grave? Consider this. What if Michio Shiraishi never died? But seeing as you come this far, I'm sure you already know the truth, don't you? And so I would have you answer me a question. Where in Honjo was Michio Shiraishi at the hour of 8 o'clock this morning? Oh. Where was Michio Shiraishi at 8 o'clock this morning? So, she was presumably killed Jonichi at the school at night. And then sometime in the interlude, she also killed Iwai. Was she at her own house? Someone had to have gone in and killed Iwai, although we don't know when that... They said it must have been sometime last night, right? Ah, I see. So that's what you think. Let's take a moment to... You got it wrong! Let's take a moment to reconsider what you know and choose again, shall we? Yeah, no, she was there at like 3 a.m., not 8 a.m. Has she taken the guise of someone else? Wait. Is she possessing Yako? I see. Very well. Congratulations, you are correct. You got it wrong 2 times. Well, it's a trivial battle. Thanks for rubbing it in, sir. It may have been easier to reach that conclusion had you considered the cause of death. Let's get back to the story then, shall we? I've taken up enough of your time. See, I don't really like that. I feel like that interrupted the pace of the story unnecessarily. What? So you really think Michio Shiraishi's alive? Just think it through and it all becomes obvious. It tracks, but do you really think that girl could have managed all this? First of all, Ario, go report this to HQ. Understood. I'll get on it right away. I'll start investigating this place. It sure isn't lacking in stuff that needs looking at. There's a bunch of photos of the same person pasted on the wall over there. Huh? Whoa, now hold on, these photos! These are all Fumichika Nejima. Gross. The fact that they made him look like this too in the past, like intentionally making him look so unsettling, and now we're seeing a whole room with his face plastered all over it. Out of context, this screenshot looks really goofy, but because we know what he did, it's like grisly, but it just looks goofy. Really? Come to think of it, he was in the papers a lot back in the day. Oh, there's even more pasted over there. These are all cutouts from newspapers and magazines about the Nejima murders. I don't get it. Why the weirdo shrine? Let's keep looking around. So I can't like scroll left and right. Look at these, pictures of Fumichika Nejima cut out from newspapers and magazines. Whoever put these up was obsessed. I wonder what their intent was. You think the Shiraishis are somehow connected to Nejima's case? Perhaps they did this to not forget a grudge or something. It's crazy to think Nejima might be involved in all this too. Do you think he might have anything to do with the body over there? Maybe. The man's already out on parole. He's a curse bearer with a curse stone now. He announced that from sundown today, he's gonna be on a killing spree. Oh dear. There's an emergency search underway as we speak, but no one's managed to get a hold of the bastard. So he hasn't changed his ways. That doesn't bode well. To tell you the truth, the lady here isn't completely unconnected from the Nejima murders either. You don't say. That's right. We talked about it last night. 20 years ago, I found the hand in Sumida River that brought the incident to light. You don't say! You were the kid from back then! You were really brave. You did a really great deed.
Were you the detective I spoke with? I had no idea.
So you two have met before. Fancy that. I've been worried about that Fumachika Nejima might bear resentment toward you, ma'am. You might be right. Unfortunately, that asshole is quite the resentful type.
Oh dear.
That asshole. I wonder who put the idea into his head. And now he's got the one-sided read, too. He's threatening to massacre the people of Honjo at sundown. Seriously? On top of that, he's been itching to get revenge on me as well. Of all things, the man's gone and threatened to kill my daughter. Damn, that's quite the threat. Certainly you can't afford to stay put here. The fucker wants to get us all antsy. When I finally get to arresting him, it'll be with a cool head. Not gonna give him the pleasure, huh? Well, if EY and Fumachika Nejima have anything to do with each other, then this room might hold a clue to Nejima's location. Let's hope so. The person who put all these photos up must have been obsessed with Nejima. They might have had some relation to Nejima's victims, or perhaps it was the opposite.
The opposite?
What if it wasn't loathing, but admiration?
But then...
There's nothing around to confirm his identity, but by the looks of it, I'd say he's Kankichiro Iwai. So you've seen him before? I heard he was a criminal record, so I assumed he wouldn't have held a respectable occupation.
Is this what a curse does to a person?
Ma'am, it'd be better not to look too closely.
It's... amazing.
I don't like that she said that. Cruel is what it is. It's the same man in every picture. Is that Fumachika Nejima? Wow, this is quite the spectacle. I don't think I'll ever manage to erase this from my mind.
Don't worry, Richter. You're quite the spectacle yourself.
You mean to compare me with the likes of a bizarre criminal? These aren't just cut from publications, they even snapped a number of shots of their own.
They must have admired him. Why else would they have collected so many pictures?
Whatever the case, it's certain they were obsessed. This drawer is really odd. Chief Inspector, do you mind if I look inside? Huh? I mean, in normal cases, only the police would be allowed to touch things, right? Right, Ari wasn't here, so let me take a look at it. There's just clothes in here. Not much variety either. Can't say they were big spenders. Well, I was hoping to find some kind of talisman here, but I guess we're not so lucky.
I see.
Thank you anyway. With the window and storm shutter closed, no light gets in here at all. It's all pitch black. The neighbors mentioned they started to keep the house shut like this not long ago. This is a sliding door that leads to the kitchen. It barely fits the frame. It's off-putting to look at, but I can't help but wonder what in the world this is. They're magic runes. They're used in Western black magic rituals. Most of the time they're useless imitations, though. I wouldn't get too excited about it. Oh my, who knew the Chief Inspector was such an expert on the occult? I just chanced upon that information. That girl with the spirit sense we mentioned, she's pretty informed on the subject. Someone was attempting to perform Western black magic in this place. Pretty absurd if you ask me. Of course, the person in question was dead serious about it all. Okay, I'm not gonna read all this now. It looks like the things spread around here have been like this for a while now. This ritual, or whatever, was something he attempted up to recently. Plenty of the neighbors mentioned having heard strange mantra-like noises coming from here during the night. You think EUI was the one chanting? Hard to say, could have been one of the Shiraishis as well. If we look through these books in the back, we might learn whatever it is they're trying to do. What do you say, Chief? Would you let me look through if I wore gloves? Well, it's not like I'm any help with foreign languages. Go ahead. Thank you. This seems to be a book on Western black magic. The same runes are written here alongside detailed descriptions of the procedures. I suppose you'd call these grimoires. It's all a bunch of nonsense if you ask me, though. You think this EY guy was studying them, perhaps to perform some kind of ritual? There are a bunch of handwritten notes beside the grimoires. Whoever it was, they were serious about this. EY doesn't look the type to be into this stuff, but you shouldn't judge a book by its cover.
But why would he be studying black magic?
According to the materials, this here rune is for the restoration of youth. Perhaps he was trying to become young again. This over here seems to be black magic related to resurrection. Each one of these spells requires a human sacrifice. Talk about dangerous.
Resurrection? Like the rite?
I guess no matter what part of the world, people will turn to the occult for similar reasons. Huh? What is it? This looks like a journal. It's probably EY's. Journal. His writing is surprisingly thorough. It's almost as if he was writing a report for someone. Oh wow, now this is something. What is it? What did he write? This is quite the find. Let me give you a summary. So, this Kankichiro EY fellow, he's been searching for a spell to restore youth for years.
So, he was into black magic from the start.
He believed that if he could learn to successfully perform the spell, he could use them to earn a fortune. To tell you the truth, it seems he was already getting funded after he acquired the grimoire. You don't say. This is starting to sound kind of familiar. But first, let's find out how he got his hands on the grimoire. It seems that Nejima told him where he could obtain the book when they were both in prison. What? That's nearly too much of a coincidence. Likely not a coincidence, it seems. EY took an interest in the Nejima murders after it made the news. He admired him rather passionately. You might even say he worshipped the man. Worship? Nejima, of all people? This was a time when students were itching to rebel. Anyone who did something to shake the world was bound to gather admirers. EY had been collecting these photos ever since that time. And since he just so happened to land in prison at the same time as Nejima, he made sure to get in contact. This is a lot. I mean, even having it all laid out like this. The thought of Nejima being involved with these grimoires is staggering. I don't think we ever had anything pointing to that. What's the connection? To be honest, it's a shock to me too. For years we've been scratching our heads over the motives behind the Nejima murders. Yep, it's been a mystery to us all from the start. Whoa now, wait just 1 minute, do you think... No way. Are you saying... That's right, the murders might have been for a ritual. He was attempting to perform black magic. The instructions written down for the sacrificial offering match up exactly with the acts carried out by Nejima. You've got to be kidding me. So, that sadistic crap he was doing was all for black magic. That's what the evidence suggests. However, Nejima tried to do some type of resurrection ritual, but EY had different motives. Chief Inspector, you might think this all was some sort of fantasy, but... that doesn't refute that Nejima and EY were both acting in earnest. This is batshit insane! You're telling me that Nutjob did all this for some hokey-pokey resurrection? Shit. Resurrection. That means there must have been someone Nejima wanted to bring back to life. Ugh. Damn, that's it. That has to be it. Fucking hell, it all makes sense now.
What? What is it?
So, about the Nejima murders. There's some information that's been kept from the public. Go on. When we broke into his house and arrested him, we also found a baby.
A baby?
It was a girl, looked to be about 6 months old, but she was covered in filth. She looked so weak and sickly. We called the medics right away. If we were a second later, I'm sure the girl would have died. So was Nejima the father? He told us he found her under a bridge.
He found her? She was abandoned.
I've heard of parents threatening to leave their child under a bridge as a threat, but to think it really happens. I suppose there are those cases with undead newborns found stuffed in coin lockers, so it's not without precedent. Whatever the case, we never found out the truth. But there's one rumor from back then I could never get out of my mind. And it's starting to sound more likely now. Well, I'm sure this isn't the first time you've heard of it. Many believe Nejima's guilty of more crimes than what got him convicted. Back then, a lot of girls went missing.
Yeah, I remember all that.
Among the high school girls that might have been murdered, or maybe I should say, sacrificed, was a girl who was pregnant.
Goodness. That's horrific.
He killed her and dismembered her body. And we thought maybe the baby we found is what he pulled out from inside of her. Don't misunderstand me. This is all speculation on top of more speculation here. But I, for one, never believed that man would just taken a baby he found under a bridge.
I'm feeling sick.
Stay strong, ma'am. I know this is hard to hear. Like I said, I don't take that to be the full truth. We were running on speculation back then. Now this whole resurrection magic has come into play. We should consider the possibility it was his child. And that maybe he was trying to revive whoever the mother might have been. It's just a theory, but my life would be a tad easier if it were true. But the baby survived. Barely. I'm just trying to think who that baby might have. Is that baby a character in the game we already would have met based on the ages? I guess. Okay, if they found it as a baby, and at the time, Ario and Richter were children, could it have been one of the high school girls? But I feel like Tsumi would have told us that already, because he knows the high school girls' names. That's an interesting thought. I don't think it's Ayame. Ayame has parents, at least from what we think. If there's anyone Nejima would want to resurrect, a deceased wife is as good a guess as any. The fact he obtained a curse stone suggests he has an interest in the rite of resurrection. Damn, you're right. And here I was thinking he was only after the curse's power to massacre.
Chief Inspector.
Yeah?
What happened to the child?
Without a birth registration on file, best we could do was find the girl some suitable foster parents. What if it was Yoko? We haven't seen Yoko at all since the beginning of the game. I don't think the ages match up, though. It's decided to keep the circumstances secret for the sake of the child's future.
Well, I'm glad she was taken care of.
I don't mean to derail the conversation, but there's still more written in EY's journal. We know EY had managed to obtain the grimoire thanks to the advice he got from his idol, Nejima, while in prison. After conducting research and gathering more information, he determined he had a chance to get rich quick. Right, I thought he could make some money if he could successfully use rejuvenation magic. Wait, what if it's Yako? Because maybe that would explain why... I was gonna say maybe that would explain why the janitor didn't kill her in this timeline, but he did kill her in the other timeline, so he wasn't against killing her for sure. Correct, turns out someone gave him the idea. And get this. It was the one and only queen and chairwoman of Hihaku Soaps herself, Natsue Yamamori. Wait, the chairwoman of Hihaku Soaps?
So that's where this leads.
Here, let me read what he wrote. The queen of Hihaku has a strange fear of growing old. Her fear of death is even worse. If she does die, she wishes to be revived, and she will spend whatever it takes to preserve her beauty. Magic, rituals, and rites, she'll use whatever means necessary. Her tenacity is unbelievable. She was apparently investing money into any research on resurrection, the restoration of youth, and the like. So she would even throw her money at the occult. The places greed will take you. Well then, that brings us to Hideki Araishi. She presumably funded his research into the rite of resurrection as well. That's what all points towards. I wouldn't be surprised if the Witch of Heihaku pounced at the rumors of the rite of resurrection. It's starting to sound likely. It might also be why she's spreading the rumor about having godly powers. It's a convenient cover for her if she becomes young again. Godly powers? What's all this about? You can ignore that. Either way, I think EY took the payments he was getting for his research to seduce the family into taking him in to keep a low profile. The Shiraishi family, Michio and her mother, Toshiko, were just as unlucky marks. And this is where you get involved. Are you feeling steady, ma'am?
Uh-huh. This has something to do with me.
Oh.
No, you can't mean...
You've realized then.
Perhaps...
Oh. How am I supposed to start this sentence? I'm talking about her son, right? Natsue Yamamori. Toshiko Shiraishi. Michio Shiraishi. Ashiko. Okay. I know what she wants to say, I just don't know how they want to structure the sentence. Natsue Yamamori's living sacrifice was a child.
Natsue's Yamamori's living sacrifice was a child.
Oh. What? Ma'am, please calm down. That wasn't it. I'm trying to say that she's behind the kid. Yamamori is behind getting EY in on the kidnapping, which was her child, but I don't know how she wants to structure the sentence. What, ma'am? Please calm down. That wasn't it.
Oh, was I mistaken? Then what did you mean?
Ma'am, please calm down. Oh, they're not going to give me a second chance. I guess maybe they wanted me to say EY was... EY's magic sacrifice was a child, not Yamamori's. Because I guess EY was the one who directly did it, not Yamamori. EY moved in with the Shiraishis to practice his magic. He needed a sacrifice to perform his youth restoration spell, but that meant extracting the life force from someone young.
So, it was EY. This man.
EY worshipped Nejima, so he must have also despised Nejima's detractors. Not to mention he was captured and sent to jail once before. Surely he had a bone to pick with the police. So when he realized he had the chance to both avenge Nejima, embarrass the police, and acquire living sacrifice at the same time. Fuck! You got it! EY kidnapped Haruo Shigima's son and managed to score 3 birds with 1 stone.
You're telling me that horrid man, he never had the intention of returning my child.
I thought there might have been a reason why the kidnapper seemed to be mocking the police. He never wanted money. His aim was to humiliate the force. It all makes sense. He must have used Michio to lower your boy's defenses and then kidnapped him on his way back home.
That man, he took Shuichi.
Man, please calm down. I understand, but you must remember to breathe.
You don't understand. You have absolutely no idea what I'm going through. This isn't a joke. I wouldn't expect the police to understand. You'll never understand. Living sacrifices. What a stupid, stupid idea from a stupid little man.
Okay, ma'am, let's just take a moment to breathe.
Or why don't we go get some fresh air first? Can't believe this. This is...
Yeah, the expressions in this game are really good. I really like the art style of this game. Chief, I think it's best we take our leave. But before we go, there's one more important piece of information noted in his journal. Oh? EY got in contact with Nejima last year, after Nejima was released on parole. He provided him with accommodation and financial support. Is that so? He managed to find a hideout for Nejima to stay in. Damn it! If anything, rather than use his money to support the Shiraishis, it seems most went to Nejima instead. If Nejima's lurking around anywhere at the moment, it's probably in that hideout. Did you write where it is? Unfortunately, no. Not that I could tell. But it seems Michio knew where it was. She never met with Nejima in person, but she was made to go in and clean up among other things. What good is that information? The girl's already dead! Wait, no! She's alive! That's right. Michio Shiraishi is alive. If you can find her and get her to talk, you can get her to spill the beans on his hideout too. Investigator? I'm asking you. I should be going. The lady is not well. Hey Dazzy, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're doing well today. Kan Kichiro Iwai, the common-law husband of Michio Shiraishi's mother, Toshiko Shiraishi. Kan Kichiro started coming and going from the Shiraishi household a little over a year ago. It seems he served some time in prison, but his details are unknown. His deceased body was discovered at the Shiraishi home. Kan Kichiro once made a living by placing advertisements in magazines to sell phony magic items and good luck charms. He held a nostalgic yearning for the post-war era when things and people were simple, and has nothing but negative things to say about the rapidly developing, ostentatious world of late. Radical in his belief that it would be better to tear down society and start over again, Kan Kichiro was discontent with his life spent poking around in society's cesspools to make a few coins. When the Nejima murders were widely reported in the media, it had a great impact on Kan Kichiro, as he witnessed how a single act by a single man could cause a major rift in society. Perceiving Fumichika Nejima as a great hero, he began collecting every piece of information he could find on the man. Kan Kichiro was later arrested for his illegal business practices, and a chance meeting with Fumichika during his incarceration solidified his idolization. He was captivated by Fumichika's talk of black magic, and following his release, acquired the grimoire Fumichika had hidden away. As for Toshiko Shiraishi, Kan Kichiro set his sights on her after encountering her at her part-time job. When he learned that Shiraishi family was in financial trouble and could not afford to send Michio to college, he turned on the charm and took advantage of their weakness by offering them money. He revealed his true colors, however, after moving in with the family, and used violence and money to keep Toshiko and Michio under his thumb. All the while, his belief in black magic deepened, and he found a sponsor in the Hihaku Corporation. Kan Kichiro forced the Shiraishi family to perform various rituals, with any attempts to resist being met with merciless beatings. The mother and daughter were helpless to resist. After Hihaku offered Kan Kichiro great sums to intensify his research of black magic, he set his mind to sacrificing a child in order to perform a youth restoration spell. For this purpose, he chose Shuichi Shigima, the son of Haruo Shigima, against whom Fumichika held a grudge. He attempted to enlist Michio so as not to alarm the boy, and when she resisted, beat her mother 20 times. With Michio's assistance, Kan Kichiro kidnapped Shuichi and locked him up in the Shiraishi house, and told the young and courageous boy that he'd kill Michio if he tried to run. While his actions were motivated by a personal grudge against the police, it was first and foremost an attempt to create a societal uproar and break down in public order. So Kan Kichiro painted the crime as a regular kidnapping, demanding a ransom from the family. However, because of an embargo on the press, the kidnapping did not cause a public outcry akin to that of the Nejima murders. Infuriated, Kan Kichiro had Toshiko perform the sacrifice ritual by threatening to kill Michio if she refused. Toshiko killed Shuichi in his sleep, but the spell failed, for which Kan Kichiro blamed her. Damn, he didn't even kill the kid himself, he got Toshiko to do it. Warning Michio to keep silent about the murder to avoid incriminating their mother, Kan Kichiro dumped the boy's body in a nearby river. The tiny corpse was found a week later in the Sumida River after floating through several canals in Honjo. Having drifted for days in the polluted waters, little evidence remained. Although Kan Kichiro performed no further sacrifices, his devotion to black magic only increased. Toshiko and Michio spent their days consumed by guilt, forced to continue serving Kan Kichiro until the day they died. Philanthropic, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for following and being a froggy friend. Welcome in. Damn, so, like, we already kind of knew the whole story from the conversation here between Richter and Tetsuo and Haruo, but the files here give so much extra detail that isn't like necessarily related to the story specifically, but paints the entire thing in such an even worse light, if that were possible. It was already a horrible situation, but this makes it so much even worse. Both for Michio, for Toshiko, for Shuichi. Damn. Are you feeling better now that we've gotten some fresh air, ma'am? I'm fine. Suddenly finding out who the kidnapper was really made me lose my wits. We managed to solve the kidnapping case by pure luck here. You're right. But Richter, I feel grateful towards Michio. Because she killed the kidnapper. There's that too. But it's for something else. If Michio's the one killing all these people, then she must have acquired quite a sizable amount by now. Soul dregs, I mean. Ugh. Hey, Richter. Whether the kidnapper's dead or alive, it doesn't mean a thing. Revenge won't bring my boy back. And if Nejima's planning to cause a massacre to collect soul dregs, then all the better. I won't give up on resurrection. I have a feeling that Harue's gonna go off the deep end by the end of the story. And I feel for her. I understand why she feels this way. But this isn't it, ma'am. So, I'm counting on you. I think I kind of want to continue her story at least until we get to a dead end. I was gonna do this one, but always Shikima, 1 p.m. Like, there's a reason why she's the playable character, not Richter, right? In further news, today the body of an adult male was discovered in the residence of one Toshiko Shiraishi around noon. The man, identified as Kankichiro Iwai, is said to have been in a relationship with Toshiko. He was unemployed at his time of death. While further investigations are still underway, it's suspected his death is connected to the recent serial killings in Honjo. Evidence on the screen may also implicate Mr. Iwai in the unsolved child abduction and murder case from last year. Well, ma'am, it seems we managed to settle one part of the kidnapping case for now. Let's begin discussing our next steps. Right. I wonder what kind of music Richter's into. I imagine he likes English songs. No matter how much I look at the flowers, they don't make me feel anything. I've grown so used to seeing this scroll, I don't really give it a second thought. I don't have a reason to use the phone right now. A fax machine. It can send images to other places along the telephone network. I rarely find a use for it. I stopped watching the news. There's too much fluff. I wish they'd cut out the pointless stories and just report on what's important. I suppose I should offer him some tea, but I don't really feel like it. He's always going at his own pace. He's rather fascinating. Next up, what do we need to do to get our hands on a curse stone filled with soul dregs? Ma'am, it's important we don't rush things. Let us speak a little longer first. Judging by the official announcement, it seems what EY wrote is likely true. With both the kidnapper and his young accomplice dead, the police should be able to handle the rest.
Now that it's over, I can't help but think how pitiful it all is. We never would have known a thing had we not found his journal.
Carelessness is what usually leads to crimes like this being exposed. It was pretty much the same with the Nejima murders. But stumbling across the answer by pure chance really makes you think. It makes my skin crawl to think of how many cases like this are left undiscovered.
Me too. It's certainly disturbing.
Well, with the kidnapping case all wrapped up, we can focus our efforts on obtaining the right of resurrection, yes.
Indeed. I'm counting on you.
Alright, let's reassess the curse situation.
Right.
I must admit, I've never expected the police to be so on top of things. The Chief Inspector, Tetsuo Tsutsumi, provided us a good wealth of information. I'm surprised he knew so much about the curse bearers.
Do you think they noticed I'm one of them?
I'm pretty sure Ario didn't. The Chief Inspector, on the other hand, we'll have to be careful around him. But if he had suspected anything, I'm sure he would have detained us. We should stay vigilant moving forward.
Agreed.
Even if we steal a curse stone, you may not be able to successfully perform the ritual unless you're a curse bearer yourself. Would you be okay with hanging onto the stone from now on?
Of course.
Just don't use it though, okay?
Alright.
If what we've heard is true, there are just 3 curse bearers left to be discovered. There's the Whispering Canal, the Beckoning Light, and the Taiko of Tsugaru left to investigate. It may benefit us to visit the places connected to these stories a few times.
I see.
I'm still highly suspicious of the people at Hikaku Soaps. They could be the ones pulling the strings. That Takumi Yumioka fellow is probably aware of the curse bears we're searching for. Tracking his movements may prove to be useful.
You want to follow him?
If we were to follow anyone, he'd be my first choice, but damn it, times like this really have me wishing I had more personnel.
I imagine it's tough working on your own.
It's the plight of running a small business. I'm always on the hunt for a skilled assistant. And then there's Nejima, who appears to be a curse bearer too. The one-sided reed, I think it was. If we want to look for someone that's likely to gather a whole lot of soul dregs, well, look no further.
It did say he would unleash his curse on a large number of people at nightfall.
If he gets his chance to, if the Chief Inspector manages to track down Michio, then, well, there's a chance he'll manage to apprehend Nejima before he gets up to no good.
Why did you tell the Chief Inspector about the safe house if he hadn't had that lead?
It was written in EY's memoirs. It was just a matter of time until he found out. Besides, we're talking about a massacre here. I can't just turn a blind eye.
How different is it from any other curse bearer collecting soul dregs?
Well, if we're talking Nejima, it could be a lot more dangerous. We'll just keep a close eye on Nejima and the cops.
What about that girl from before? Ayame Tono. Do you think she could be a curse bearer?
Well, there's a chance she could have gone and stolen someone else's curse stone by now.
That's possible too, but...
You
You haven't been to Midoricho Park yet, the place connected to the Taiko of Tsugaru.
Alright, that's close to where she lives.
What if she was a curse bearer this entire time? She could have lied.
It's possible. It would make her a brilliant actress to boot. The idea's got me itching to investigate her again. I'm interested in Ayame's role in all this. Also, the glasses guy, I wonder if he's gonna come back. He feels like he's been discarded, like he's no longer important to the plot at all. Kind of like Yoko. This place is rather suspicious, or that place is rather suspicious. If only we could run into someone there. Victor? Yes? That's right. Would you mind if we make a stop on our way? We can make it quick. I apologize for the diversion, but I'd like to visit a candy store if possible. I suppose I don't mind. Next up, what do we need to do to get our hands on a curse stone filled with soul dregs? Then shall we depart? From this part on, you will be given the option to finish investigation, which will allow you to immediately end this part. From there, you can continue on to the next part. You may also come back and restart the section for the point which you left off. Interesting. This probably has to do with whatever the next meta puzzle is. I feel like I should get as much information as possible, though. Kinshibori Park. It's so peaceful here. It's hard to imagine this place has anything to do with curses at all. The area was closed off to the police this morning after his body was found, but the police quickly managed to complete their investigation and reopen the park as if nothing ever happened. People in this area are shockingly calm considering what happened here. I think they'd be put off knowing there's a dead body here just this morning. From what I heard, it happened right about where you're standing now. Would you look at that? That's a pretty unique looking playground. Did it catch your eye? Perhaps, now's not the time though. But it did get you interested. Does he want to play on it? They made it quite the challenge. To pass through it, you have to go underneath there. He definitely wants to play on it. You could go take a look if you're that interested. Alright, I'll go check it out just to make sure. This sounds like something Ario would do, not something Richter would do. He didn't have to think long about that. What's that? Did he find something? What is this, like, awkward-looking triumphant pose? I found a mockingbird under the playground equipment. Damn, talk about lucky. It's number 19, Penny Prattle. Oh, that's why he was interested in it. Oh, wait, this one's cute. Penny Prattle. Oh, this one's Swanelope, not Swanelope. Swanelope, they're names. I see. Congrats. Playgrounds always get me all fired up. A bunch of kids gathered around Richter to poke fun at his clothing. Seems like kids come running for him wherever we go. Not all too surprising with his attire. He hasn't complained about it though. I wonder if he has a soft spot for kids. Telephone booth. It doesn't look like out of the ordinary to me. This place is associated with the Whispering Canal. The canal must be connected to the man who was found drowned in the park. Agreed. Wasn't the victim a Hihaku Soap's employee? That's right. His name was Shogo Okie. Considering his occupation, he probably came here in search of a curse stone. The people in the company know about the rite. It only makes sense they'd be looking for curse stones. You'd think the chairwoman and Takumi would send their regular employees out to hunt for the stones. If that's the case, perhaps that Shogo died trying to take a stone from someone else. Either that, or he was killed precisely because he was a curse bearer with a cursed stone. I suppose so, but considering the location, wouldn't that mean the curse used was the Whispering Canal? Good point. That would mean Shogo Okie wasn't the wielder of the Whispering Canal curse himself. Could he have had the beckoning light? or even the Taiko of Tsugaru. I was here last night, and there weren't any dead bodies then. It's highly possible he was brought here from somewhere else. If that's the case, the wielder of the Whispering Canal has already collected his stone. Ma'am, excuse me, but there's one more thing I'd like to try. Oh, be my guest. Shogo Okie is the name of the person who died here. It's hard to believe he was here by chance, only to end up murdered with a curse. Given his ties to Heihaku, we can assume he was aware of the situation and somehow involved with these curses. Wait, he said there's something else he wants to try here. Magnifying glass doesn't go any lower than this. The two curse bears battled it out here last night. Who could the other person have been? Okay. Everyone is relaxing so peacefully in the park. It's hard to imagine it was the site of a horrid curse. Victor seems to be a little nervous when Ayami Tono was mentioned. Or was I just imagining it? We have reason to believe the curse bear of the Taiko of Tsugaru was here last night. It's possible they're already dead, but we haven't found any definitive leads. Cops have yet to determine who the remaining curse bears are. We have to find them soon. Oh. Hey, that lady over there. That's Ayami Tono. She seems to be trying to hide. We don't want to startle her and have her run off on us. Let's sit and watch her for now. Oh, well, I guess... It doesn't look like she's planning to move anytime soon. Alright, I'll be right back. He's gone. I suppose he really wanted to talk with her. That looks so goofy. Oh, there he is. Does he mean to jump out and surprise her from behind? The goofy pose again. Huh? Does he mean to intimidate her? Ah, she noticed. I guess his purpose was to talk with her after all. I wonder what they're talking about. She doesn't look like she's planning to run. Oh, they're coming here. Here she is. What do you think? Smooth work by the master, huh? Yes, very smooth. Hello, thank you so much for yesterday. I know this is sudden, but I'm actually being pursued right now. Pursued? By who? I think it's the police. Would you be willing to provide me shelter? From the police? I figured we could hear her out and see what kind of mess she's gotten herself in. Don't make it sound like I'm some kind of criminal, please. The police have my apartment staked out, so I haven't been able to return home. I heard them say something about wanting to protect me, but something doesn't feel right and I got scared. Do you have any idea why they're after you? Well, I've been searching for the curses, so... We shouldn't trouble ourselves with hiding you, then. Or, we shouldn't trouble ourselves with hiding you if they're after you for a good reason. Huh? How cruel! But this handsome investigator wouldn't turn me in so easily, would you? It's unfortunate, but we got reason not to get involved with the police ourselves. What shady reasoning! But if you got some murky secret to hide, we might as well cooperate with each other, no? But if you got some murky secret to hide, we might as well cooperate with each other, no? Anyway, how are your plans to resurrect Hokusai going? Fortunately, that's been going quite well. Oh? Does that mean you found someone to steal a curse stone from? Not exactly, but I found out a kind of last resort. Which is why I can't let the police get me. Is she also eyeing Negima? What do you mean by last resort? You're really asking me that? It doesn't concern you at all. Why should I tell you? Ugh. What if we make a deal? In exchange for keeping you hidden from the police, you'll tell us about your last resort. Huh? Is that what you got interested in? Oh, I've got it. You're meaning to steal it for yourself. Not at all, I'm just curious. That excuse will just not do. I don't need you to. I'll find a way to stay safe on my own. That was a close one. I should have known the only one I can count on in this world is yourself. We can't let her get away. Let's go after her. Stop it. Get any closer and I'll scream. Please wait. We'll help you out with no conditions. Well, you change your mind quick. That just makes you all the more suspicious. I tried my best, but I couldn't convince her to stay. Could it be you don't know how to handle a girl like that? Huh. Since she's looking for a safe haven, would you mind me sharing your address with her just in case? Well, it doesn't really bother me, but do you recognize there are police officers in my close family? At least it'll allow us a way to keep in contact, no matter how small. Ayame Tono says her plans for the rite of resurrection may be achievable through this last resort. Does that mean she's given up on her plan to steal a curse stone? Richter? Huh? You know, I have one as well. A last resort. You do? Even if we don't steal another curse stone, I already have my own. If it becomes necessary, I'm prepared to use it. So you think it might be possible she has one of her own too? But that she despises the idea of using it to kill others, so instead she means to steal a curse stone with soul dregs already in it. I like how he's more concerned that maybe this means Ayame has a curse stone, and not that he's concerned that Harue's willing to murder people. It doesn't contradict anything we know. She lives nearby, which means she might have the Taiko of Tsugaru curse stone. We still don't know how much about that one. Richter? The last resort Ayame spoke of. It could be our chance. Ugh. We can use her. I hear you loud and clear. Why is he so invested in letting her... I mean, I know she's his client, so he's trying to help her find out about her son. He seems a little bit too on board with this rite of resurrection thing, you know? I can't help but feel oddly irritated around that girl, Ayame Tono. She puts on an innocent front, but she seems to be hiding something. I find Ayame a fascinating character, though. Sonoya, the children seem pretty fond of this place. It looks comparatively new. They must have had renovations done not long ago. The shop's close to the park, so children have been coming and going without pause. Places like this candy shop have been slowly disappearing from Street View recently. Aha! Whoa, no way! Jeez, you made me jump. It's Mockingbird number 14! Val Conman. This guy's a real speed demon. Oh, is that right? It's kind of scary how you even know the exact number with a simple glance. Oh, Falcon Man. Falcon Man. Falcon Man. There are some vending machines. You could buy canned juice for just 100 yen. These days, vending machines sell a lot of things besides juice, too. Apparently, Richter likes to visit the local candy shop in every district he visits. I figured once you've seen one, you've seen them all. But in reality, each one has its own unique displays and colors to match the locale. It kinda irks me we stopped here simply for the sake of entertainment. But I suppose he needs time like this to relax and recenter his mind. He works so vigorously every day. He's up front with the kids to participate in the raffle. It's weird seeing an adult his age enjoying himself so much at a candy store. Oh, it seems he didn't win anything. He's pouting so hard even the kids are laughing at him. Alright, ma'am, should we go for monjayaki or something? That's sweet of you, but I'm not hungry right now. That's too bad. I haven't had great luck with this Mockingbird raffle. Would you mind if I tried a few more times? Apparently most of these are just replicas of the real deal, but even so, they're well worth the effort. Some of the kids were saying they managed to snatch some of the real rare finds from the lottery. Go ahead. Don't buy them all now. Just let me know when you want to leave, okay? Okay. I thought that maybe this would have something to do with Yoko, or Yako. It almost feels like I came here with a child. My boy never had much of a taste for sweets. It makes this kind of a fresh experience for me. It's kind of sweet seeing the two of them, like, banter, especially because usually Harui's so gloomy. Oh, look at his smile. He must have won something. How nice. Hot damn, it's Mockingbird number 10! Caw-caphony. He's a nihilist, but he gets the job done. Oh, well, you seem pretty happy. Fun. Cacophony. Glad I examined him again because I thought, like, it was just repeating dialogue even though there's no checkmark here. Oops, I didn't mean to press that. There's so many old factories alongside the river. It must have been quite different in its glory days. Now most of them are closed down now to the tightened regulations on waste disposal. Why doesn't it have a checkmark though? It doesn't seem like anyone's been here for some time. I wonder if this is one of the factories that got shut down when they tightened up regulations. Oh, there's a spirit there. Richter? What do you think that is? Oh? I don't see anything. Really? You don't see that? This is the same one that Shogo saw at the park, and it's not the Whispering Canal. That thing looks like a phantom ball of flame floating in the air. Ball of flame? It must be the curse echo. Maybe only the curse bears are capable of seeing it. Could such a thing happen in broad daylight? It's gone. Wonder if that was the beckoning light's curse echo. That phantom flame you saw might have been a manifestation of the lantern. In that case, does that mean a curse bear is nearby? It doesn't seem like anyone's been here for some time. Did something draw your interest? No worries here, I made sure to take a quick shower this morning. And If what I saw was the curse echo of the beckoning light, wouldn't that mean the cursed bear is nearby? I'm not feeling any strange presence, but that could be because it's midday. A cursed bear might be lurking in the vicinity. I'm gonna check the surroundings. Huh. Nothing. I didn't find anyone who looked the part. I see. I don't doubt something happened around here, but something might have changed in the area. Keep your eyes peeled. What's going on? There isn't a cursed bear in sight. Something might have changed. What you saw earlier must have been the beckoning light. Something might have changed after what just happened. It says here, like this has a check mark on it, so it says that I'm done on this side. The factory still has... I feel like whatever this is, it could also be related to the other people's stories, so it could be something I can't do right now. Something might have changed. Let's come back and look later then. I'm just gonna go back to Shigima residence, see if anything's changed here. No, it looks like it's just the same. Why doesn't that one get a check mark? Some of them don't get a check mark when you finish with them. The ticking of the clock gets on my nerves sometimes. Or maybe something changed in a different location. I don't want to just blindly move everywhere. Let's finish the investigation for now and we can come back. Wait. Huh? Interesting. As I'm really curious about this, but I want to get through these first. Oh, wait, wasn't this one grayed out before? No, it wasn't. It was... Okay, let's